Welcome to another strength workout with the WAC Move at Home series. I am Amanda. I'm coming to you again from my home in Waukesha. And today the equipment that you'll need, if you have an exercise ball, we'll be using that. If you don't, you can do the same things on the floor. I'll give you options. We also will need an exercise band. Again, if you don't have one, I'll give you options. You'll be able to do things. And the last thing that we're going to need with that band is we're going to be putting it in a door or around a heavy piece of furniture. So I have a TRX that I anchor in the door. I used the door anchor, just lowered it down and then threaded my band through there. If you have that, you can do that. Or you can take your band, one end of it, stick it in the door and then close the door tightly so you have one end sticking out. Or you can wrap this band around a heavy part of your furniture, like a heavy table or chair that you'd be able to pull against it. Again, if you don't have those options available to you, you're still going to get a good workout. I'm going to give you options of what you can do when we get to those. So our workout today, to give you a heads up of what's happening, is going to be 3 rounds. We're going to go through each round twice, and then 30 seconds per exercise. It'll be a total body workout. So let's get started by getting warmed up. You can go ahead and stand up from here. And we're gonna go down into a squat and kick it out in front. Come down into your squat, kick it out. So chest is up, hips come back. Feel free to put on any music that you like to listen to. I'm not playing any right now so that you're able to fully hear me. We'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're keeping the knees a little bent, a little shuffle to the side and a little shuffle back. So 3, 4 steps one way, 3 or 4 the other, just getting those hips moving side to side. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. One more. And then we're coming down onto the mat, into your hands and knees. We're coming into a tabletop position. We're gonna take the right hand and thread it underneath, and then reach up towards the ceiling. Thread it under, drop that shoulder, reach it up, thread it under one more time, and reach it up. And then we're switching sides. So we're reaching that arm under and up towards the ceiling, rotating around your shoulder. Last one. Good. We'll plant both hands, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back into a down dog. Just a nice stretch for the hamstrings and release through the low back. You can pedal out your knees. And then we're going to walk the hands towards the feet, stand up, and then roll back down, walk it back out, walk back in, stand it up, walk back out, and in, and out. Last time, come back up and stand it up. Oh, and then from here, we're crossing the arms over, right over left, left over right. We'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more things. We're coming down to kneeling, both knees down, and then stand it back up. So we're taking it down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Switch legs, down, down, up, up. Go ahead and squat if it doesn't work for you to go down to your knees and back up. Last one, take it up, and then a big side stretch. We're reaching up and over to the side. And switch sides. And then we'll release that. Okay, let's get into our workout. So our first round is going to start off with using the band that is in the wall or looped around a leg of a heavy piece of furniture. Also, if you don't have a band and have those options, you're just going with a lunge without adding this extra component in. So what will be happening is you're starting with the band right in front of your chest. You're standing tall. Your leg that's away from the door is going to step forward. You'll come all the way down to touch that knee down, press out in front, and then stand back up tall. So 30 seconds. Here we go. Come down, press out. So controlled is the name of the game. Again, if you don't have the band, just do this lunge part. Come down and back up. Exhale as you press that away from you. Big step down, exhale, press it out. So we're working on keeping our body super stable right here. And we're switching directions. So my back will be to you for a moment. Get that band right in front of you. You're gonna step with that leg that's away from the door. Ready, here we go. Come down, press it out. Good, big step down, press it out. Good, keep that posture tall. Nice work, 5 more seconds. And break, good job. Okay, then you're taking that band that's looped around. You're leaning forward, elbows are going right next to your body. Let me angle a little bit here. Hinge forward from your hips and you're straightening back behind you. If you don't have a band, you're going into dips on a chair or on the floor. That would look like this way where you're bending your elbows and pressing back up. All right, 30 seconds, ready, begin. So you're gonna stay hinged forward, elbows stay right next to your body. You could do this with weights as well, if you have those available. It's all about making it work for you and use what you have. And still get a great workout with whatever you have available. Making the effort's the biggest part. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Next, we're coming down into a side plank. So I'm going to set up so that I'm facing towards the door. So if you're using a band, that's how you want to set up. If you're not using a band, you won't do this rowing part that we're going to add into it. So you're going to come down onto your elbow. You're either going to set up, I'm going to show you real quick this way. You're either going to set up on your knee. You're going to set up with the top leg in front on the sides of your feet, or you're going to stack your feet. Any of those options, the knee is going to be kind of your first option, most advanced being having your feet stacked on top of each other. So then if you're using the band, you're going to lift your hips and then you're going to pull back into a row with that. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder back. Here we go. So hips are up and you're pulling back. So you're keeping the hips up high the whole time, driving that elbow back to squeeze your shoulder in towards your spine. If you need more tension, either move further away from your door or you can choke up on your band a little bit. Just make it a little shorter and pull back. 3, 2, 1. We're switching sides, so flip it over. Ready, set, begin. Here we go. Hips stay up high. Drive that elbow back to really squeeze your shoulder in towards your spine. Good, lift those hips another inch. 3, 2, 1, and break. Let's bring it back up. We're going back to our lunges. So if you're using the band, you're setting up in front of your chest. The leg that's furthest away from the door is the one that's stepping forward. Ready, set, begin. We come all the way down, press it out, and back up. If you're not using the band, you're simply going into lunges. Great lower body workout, especially since we're having that little break at the bottom, and then you have to come all the way back up. Great job. There you go, you got it. Keep that posture tall. Woo! Don't let that band pull you. 3, 2, 1, and turn it around. Apologize, back will be to you for a moment. Okay, leg that's furthest away from the door. Here we go. Step it forward and press it out. Quick time check. Yep, 5 seconds. And break. Good. We're turning triceps again, so however you tackled those last time. Here we go, hinging forward and begin. So either dips on the floor or on a chair, or you're using free weights right here, or some cans or some water bottles, or you have your band hooked up around something. Elbows stay tucked next to your body if you are standing with these tricep extensions. Exhale as you straighten your arms back. 3, 2, 1, and we're bringing it down into our side plank next. So either your knee your feet are split or your legs are stacked. If you're using the band, palm is down. Ready, set, begin. So hips are up and we pull back into a row. Good. Exhale as you pull back. Very nice. Keep the hips stacked. They're going to want to roll forward or backward. Hips stay up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And bring it down. Switch sides. Right into it. Ready, set, begin. Here we go. Very nice. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Good job. We'll take about a minute break here while you get some water. I'm going to grab some myself, and then I'll show you the next exercise. We're going to move on to using the ball. Again, if you don't have a ball, there's plenty of options of using the floor as well. So let me show you first with the ball. We're going to take, if you have, take your band out of the door, or if you have an extra one, you can use that. Or you can use a couple of light free weights. I would say 5 pounds or less for this next one. And again, you can use water bottles, cans, those sort of things too. Okay, so you're gonna need a wall. You're gonna set up so that your feet are against the wall, your knees are going to stay bent, and your hips are going to end up on the ball. So my knees are off the ground now, but they're bent, and my hips are on the ball. I'm lifting my chest and keeping my body really straight. Then with the band or with your weights, it's going to come right behind your head so that your palms are forward. They're right next to your shoulders. From here, you're going to press overhead and then pull it back down. So now I have a little tension on that band as I'm pulling it back down. We're getting right into the shoulder blades. So here we go. If you're on the ball, you're doing this. If you don't have a ball available, you're laying on your stomach on the ground and you're doing that same motion. Or if you're not using any weight, totally fine. Same motion, really working on pulling those shoulders down and back. So reaching overhead, pulling down and back, really keeping those shoulders squeezed together alongside your spine. My ball got away. All right, 5 more seconds. We have 3, 2, 1, and break. Next, we're using the ball for a push-up if you choose to use the ball. So you're going to kneel down behind the ball. I'm going to be out of frame just for a minute, but you're going to roll forward so that your knees end up on the ball. Hands a little wider than your shoulders. You're coming down into your push-up, and then you're going to pull your knees underneath you, keeping your chest over your hands. So we have push-up and pull in. If you don't have a ball, go for the push-up on the floor, and don't worry about pulling in underneath you. So either on your knees or on your toes. We have push-ups next. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Here we go. So we have push-up. With that ball, we're going knee tuck, or you're staying on the floor, straight push-ups. Thinking about lowering that chest down, elbows are pointing slightly behind you at a bit of an angle, not straight out to the sides. Good, body stays straight. We finish in 3, 2, 1. Good, you can come off the ball if you're on that. Then you're going to come down and lie on your back. So if you're using a ball, we're going to leg curls. So knees are going to be bent, feet are flat on the ball, hands are at your sides, hips are coming up, keeping the hips up in the same spot the whole time. You'll straighten your legs out and pull them back in. If you don't have a ball, feet will come to the ground and you'll lift and lower right here. All right, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So hips are up, legs go out and in. Nice work. Working on squeezing your glutes, keeping your hips up high. If you find you're really pushing through your hands, turn your thumbs towards the ceiling, turn your palms towards the ceiling. Doing your best not to arch your back, but to use those glutes to stay up. 3, 2, 1, and break. Good, you can bring it back up. We're coming back to that shoulder retraction. on the ball. So either using your light weights or an extra band. Setting up with your feet against the wall. Lean forward so your hips are on the ball. Knees are bent behind you, but your knees are off the ground. And then lift the chest so that low back is working a bit to hold you there. Ready, set, begin. We press straight overhead and then pull down right behind, or right, so your hands end up by your shoulders. Good, really focusing on pinching and squeezing together the shoulders. Excellent one for posture. Nice, keep breathing. Exhale, pull it down. Here's 3, 2, 1. Good, we'll set that to the side. We're going back to our push-ups. So get set up in the best push-up for you. Ready, set, begin. We come down, push up. If you have the ball, you're adding that knee tuck. Push up, pull the knees in, keeping the chest right over the hands. You got it, stay strong. Three, 2, 1, and break. And then you can go ahead and lie on your back. Feet are going on the ball or on the floor. Ready, set, begin. Hips are up. We straighten the legs out and pull them in. Or if your feet are on the floor, you lift and lower your hips. Still working the same muscle group, just a different way. All effective. It's all about putting the effort forward. If you can get something like this accomplished each day, you're doing really great. That's a big win. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Nice job. Go ahead and take a minute break, get some water. For our last round, we will need our band. I'm just gonna grab one here. And again, if you don't have a band with this one, I'm gonna have you go into, well, let me show you the band part first, and then I'll show you the different options. So while you're grabbing water, you're going to sit nice and tall, and you're going to take that band and put it over your feet. Then you're going to widen your feet, so like the width of your mat, of a mat. Sit nice and tall, pull the shoulders down and back, and then you're driving those elbows straight back to squeeze the shoulders together and back forward. So we're pulling back and forward. If you don't have a band, I want you to set up with your lighter weights, or your cans, or whatever you can find really around your house that has some resistance, and you're going to be hinging forward and using both arms at the same time to pull up. So maybe it's a larger object that you're picking up, maybe it's your kid, or maybe it's those 40 pounds of salt that a lot of us have for our water softeners. Whatever it is that fits you the best, that's what you're pulling back and squeezing those shoulders with. All right, so let's get going here. So if you're using that band, you're going to sit tall and ready, set, begin. You're pulling straight back, pinching those shoulders together. Good. Shoulders stay down away from your ears, spine stays long. 3, 2, 1. And then go with, if you have an option of different bands, go with a slightly lighter band or go with your lighter weights here. From here, you're going to stand with both feet on your band or both feet on the ground if you're not using a band and lighter weights. Feet about hip distance. From here, you're coming down into a squat, so a band will be loose if you're using that. Chest is lifted, hips go back. When you stand up, you're gonna stand tall and then lift straight out to the sides. If that band that you're using is a little too heavy for you to do that, stand up and go with one arm, and then when you stand up, you'll go with the other arm. Or again, grab your lighter weights, or get rid of the shoulder part of it altogether and just do the squats. Ready, set, begin. So we squat, chest up, hips back, stand, lift to the sides. So think about if you're sitting in a chair right here, those hips are going back behind you, chest is staying nice and tall and proud. Good. Shift it back. Nice. Knees are tracking towards your toes. Three, two, one. And if you're using a band, I'm going to have you lay it on the ground right here next. If you're not using a band, just think of an imaginary line on the ground, or maybe it's the edge of your mat. Because you're going to set up in a plank position, then you're going to walk your hands and your feet over, and your hands and your feet back. So we're walking back and forth. Okay, 30 seconds, here we go. Ready, set, begin. So setting it up in a plank, straight arms, hands are right under your chest. Walk it over, walk it back. Good, nice work. Keep it strong, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and bring it down, nice. All right, we're going back to our row, so either get your weights. If you have a heavier band, you'll probably use that one. You'll sit nice and tall, or you'll be hinged forward, nice long spine as you pull those elbows up. All right, ready, set, begin. Good, pulling those shoulders back, chest is lifted. Good, nice work. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Go ahead and stand up. Take your lighter weights, or if you have a lighter band, and you're going to add the shoulders into this one. We're standing on it. Feet about hip distance. Squat to shoulder raise. Ready, set, begin. So we sit back, and we lift out. Chest up, hips back. You'll feel that weight go back towards your heels as you squat. So that's where you want your weight, is towards your heels, even though your whole foot is grounded on the floor. Nice work. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, and then using the edge of your mat or your band, laying down in the floor, or an imaginary line. Plank. Ready, set, begin. Walk the hands over and walk them back. Three, 2, 1, and break. Good. We can move that to the side. A couple of things to cool down with you. But that was short, sweet, to the point. We'll go down into a child's pose to start our cool down. So arms are extending in front. We'll straighten those arms out as you drop your chest towards the mat. Hips sink back towards your heels. Then we'll walk the hands in. We'll bring one leg forward. We're going into a low lunge right here. We're going to rise up, inhale up. Exhale, press the hips forward. We're going to drop the hands back behind, interlace the hands, and open through the chest. So you're stretching through the front of one hip as you press your hips forward, but then opening through your chest. If you gaze towards the ceiling, that'll facilitate that. And then from here, we're just folding forward. So we're shifting the weight back, straightening the front leg, and going into a modified half split. So pull the toes towards your face and hinge forward. Use the hands for support, lengthening through the hamstring on the back of your leg. We'll shift back forward, slide that leg back, help the other leg forward. We'll inhale up, back to our low lunge. Exhale, press the hips forward. Again, we'll interlace the hands and open through the chest. And then we hinge forward, shift the weight back, pull the toes towards the face. Long spine, long leg. And a modified half split right here. And then you can plant that foot, work your way up to standing. Use the wall for support if you need it, but you're gonna cross your ankle on your knee and sit. So a standing pigeon right here, floating pigeon. Stretching through your hip of the leg that's crossed over. Then we'll come up and switch, cross it over and sit. We'll stand tall, stand with both feet close together. We're gonna reach up and over that side bend that we started with when we warmed up. Lengthening along your side, roll that top shoulder back. Go ahead and sweep that arm down and just switch arms. We'll sweep that down and take one more breath together. Inhale and exhale. Excellent, great job. Thank you so much for playing along with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Join us tomorrow for core and stretch with Justin. It'll be another good workout. Have a good one. Bye-bye.